Hi everyone, it's John here from Xpos. Welcome to this week's edition of Friday Freebies. So this week we're going to take a look at the new features that we've sent out on this week's update to cloud. Some of these features you may already be aware of, but we're just going to take you through and show you how they work. So first of all then, I'm going to take you through the new stock option to print labels when you stock in a delivery. So currently you book in a delivery, you would, after you've booked it in, select the delivery and click print labels, and you have the option to print labels. Now, we've added a new feature, which is where you actually book the delivery in, and as you complete the delivery, you'll now get a prompt to ask you, would you like to print some labels in? So I'm just going to book a product in here, like so. And then you get a little box pop up, would you like to print labels for the delivery? And you can pop in, change your quantities, tap print, and you've got your labels printed. So nice little feature there we've added. Hopefully that'll speed up printing labels for delivery. Okay, so the next one is going to be negative stock warning in the sales screen. So this is where you maybe have an item that is sat with zero stock against it. Maybe the stock isn't actually correct, but you don't know. Somebody sells it in the sales screen, it goes into minus. Once you come around to doing some stock takes at a later time, you all of a sudden realize, wait there a minute, why is all this products in minus? I wasn't aware of this. You can now actually turn a setting on to enable a little warning to pop up in the sales screen, a little prompt. So this is all done by terminal. So I'm going to go into settings, sales, and terminals. And we're going to select my terminal and edit it. Now in here, you'll see here you've got a negative stock warning tab. So if we put a tick in the box and press save, I've turned that on. So if we go to the sales screen, and I'm going to search for a product now that I know in my system is sat at zero. So this potentially now would go into minus if I sold it. And there we go. So you'll get a little warning pop up now into the middle of the screen, nice and bold. This product will go into a minus quantity if you sell it. You can just tap OK and carry the sale on, but that's a little warning there that pops up for you. So hopefully that's of a benefit when you come to sort of managing your stock levels as well. Really useful one. The next one is a subtle feature, but this is where if you return products quite regularly, maybe you have an issue where you need to put labels on those products once they're returned. You can turn an option on that when you return an item, you get a prompt to pop to say on the screen, would you like to print label for this return? So that again is all in the terminal settings. So I'm going to just edit my terminal once more. And you'll see next to the stock warning button, there's a terminal, print return label tab. Press enable that, press save. So now I'm just going to return these golf balls that I stocked in earlier. Press pay, pop them back into stock, and I'm going to select the refund method. You'll get a little prompt now to say, would you like to print labels? So there we go. There's a couple of little features in the sales screen for you there. Now, the next one is the reports dashboard. So the reports dashboard, as hopefully you guys have been enjoying this one, we've added a little bit of customization here. So this sales by product group down the bottom here, you can actually choose what you want to display in here and what you don't want to display in here. So I'll give you an example. At the moment, I haven't got accessories in here, but maybe I want my accessories added to this report. So if you go into settings, products, and groups, select the golf shop. I'm going to click on accessories here. Now, you do need to enable them by subgroup, but you can choose, do you want all of the individual subgroups here, all 5 of these displayed, or just, accessories and GPS? You can pick what you want. So I'm going to pick accessories, edit, and all I'm going to do here is put a little tick box to say show in dashboard. If you want the rest of these in, because you want all of the accessory subgroups, I'm just going to repeat that for the rest of these. Like so, takes a few seconds, but obviously it means now that I can pick and choose what I want to display on the dashboard here. It might be that you only wanted, for example, GPS to show. So now if I go to reports dashboard, we should hopefully see that we've got the accessory sales also tab there. There we go. The next one for you now then is the customer search in the sales screen. So we've been asked that in the sales screen that you customize when you search for customers. Maybe you've got lots of customers with the same name. It will be good to see account balances on the search filter. So what we've got now, if you go into, again, terminals, we've added a little tab on the bottom here. So terminals, and edit your terminal. Down the bottom now, you'll see some columns appear. So the default here is name and email address and postcode. But what you can do now is click into these tabs and you can actually customize what you want to appear. So on these particular ones, I'm just going to go and put in my shop account. So I want name, email, shop account, save. Now what would happen if we search for a customer, you'll now see name, email, and shop balance. So pop a customer in here. And it's just handy then because obviously you can see the balance in the search field. So it might this for you could be email address, it could be postcode, could be phone number. But I think by having these options now, it means that you can bespoke how you search, and it might be easier for you guys to search for your customers. So that's a nice little feature in there. The next one we've got now then is that when you say maybe credit a customer's account, it was quite tricky when you press the credit button to actually see what amount that you needed to credit. So I'll just explain that now. Let's look for a customer in here that maybe owes some money. So I'm just going to put a little sale through just to debit this customer's account a moment. So here now, this customer's got £13. They maybe come into the shop and say, I want to pay that balance off. So you press credit account. In the past, some shops, the credit account box was actually quite large, so it would cover the screen behind, so you couldn't actually see the amount that needed to be credited. Now we've just put that amount in the screen here, so even if they're in credit as well, it would show. It's just obviously more visually. It's really, really handy for someone in debit. So now I can obviously pop it in, press pay, and credit the account. So nice little subtle one, but that box there, the credit box, was quite big before. I think it on some till systems, obviously some people's screens, it used to fill quite a large screen size there. The final one for you today then, guys, is I'm going to take you through the new orders function in Cloud. So at the moment, you can go to stock control and you could go to scan stock in, scan stock out. If you had more than one shop, you could send a package to a different shop. But we've now added the order button here, create order. So create order, just to explain, it allows you to do quite a few things. Number one, it might be used for your pre-books. You could basically load your pre-books as orders in the system. It also allows you to create maybe a customer order for a product that isn't in stock. So how do we do that then? So first of all, we tap on the create order button. Now, what you can do now is select from the list of suppliers that we've got. If the supplier isn't in this list, you can tap on the new supplier button, and that will allow you to search the Xcodes database for suppliers. So you could just select from there. If the supplier isn't in this list because it's not in your data at the moment and it isn't an Xcode supplier, maybe it's a supplier local to you, you would need to go to the settings screen, products and suppliers, and add the brand and supplier in the system, which would then enable it to appear in this list. So I'm just going to do something today from Callaway. So I'm just going to do an order from Callaway, create order. Now on this screen, you can actually, it might be that you haven't had the product in your data before. So maybe you just want to search the Xcodes database for this product. So I'm going to just type in AI Smoke, which is one of the Callaway sort of ranges. There's quite a broad search, so I'm expecting a fair bit to come up on the screen here. Whilst this is searching, just to mention, you have got a couple of options here to say non-Xcode search, which will search your own data, or products only in your database before. But obviously, because I haven't ticked these, I'm just saying search for everything in the whole of Xcodes and my data. I'm just going to grab something here today. So maybe that product there I want to put into an order, like so. Now at this point, you can kind of, because this order's from Callaway, you can keep adding products to the order and keep building the order up. From here, you can put an order number in. I'm going to maybe make a number here a second. You could put a reference in. You could put whatever you like about the pre-book or customer order, whatever it might be, maybe the custom fit spec or something, whatever you'd like to put in here. I'm going to put 2 of those in here just to put a reference in, just to show you another feature in a moment. Obviously, if the cost price was different and the sale prices, you can change at this point. But I'm now going to press save, and then you'll get an option, would you like to print a report for the order? So we're just going to view this. And from this point now, you'll see the supplier's name, the staff member's details, the order date, the order number, the customer's reference as well. And you can see the notes on the order along with prices. If this was an order that you want to maybe hand to a customer, so obviously with the order, you might want to hide your prices here, click on view, and then at this point, you could actually export, print the order off as well, like the printer, hand it to the customer. If this is an order that you need to place with a supplier, you do have the option to use Xpos for that. You can click on the supplier email here. Oh, one thing I did miss there, sorry, quite important, is the account number. That would be the supplier's account number. If you do have account numbers in Xpos for your suppliers, they will actually show up on here. But at this point, so that's important if you were maybe going to do the next step, which is the email in the supplier from here. So email supplier, you can pop the supplier's email address in here. Again, if that was against the supplier's email in Xpos, that would automatically fill in here. And you can change any of these fields here as well and add some extra information. Tap send, and that would email off that order to the supplier. So what do you do next then? So the products have turned up. So you have now see there's a little tab here for orders. So if we tab orders, you can trace all your orders that you've got outstanding and completed. So I'm just going to click on the order here that is incomplete at the moment, the pending order. And I'm going to, so you can, just to let you know, edit the order, because that might be that you maybe want to change, maybe the cost price has changed. You could actually amend it, or maybe, you know, not all the products are being ordered now. Someone's been cancelled, so you could edit the order. But if you wanted to complete the order, so accepting the order now, we're just going to tap this button here. So from this screen, you have a few options. If all the products have arrived, you can tap check in all items, nice and easy. But it might be today that only one of the items has turned up today. So if that happens, I can put a 1 in the box, press complete. Now at this point, obviously I can print labels. That is part now. What that's done is it's created a part delivered order. So the other product is still sat as an order, but obviously the one that I've stocked in is in the system as a product stocked in. So the remaining products arrived. We can obviously now still edit the order if need be, or we can accept the order. If everything else has arrived here, I'm just going to check all items in, and that adds any remaining quantities. Once that's done, you can tap complete, and then obviously print any labels needed, and that's it, the order fulfilled. My final one for you today now is the customer search. So in Xpos, currently up till this week, you would have searched for a customer in the sales screen. You would have typed the name in, and you need to press enter for the search to show any names with customers with that name. Now you can actually start typing the letters in, and as you start typing, it'll basically, as you can see now, the names will auto-fill on the screen. So this is a nice subtle one. Instead of having to press enter, as you start typing, the search auto searches for you. So nice little feature there to finish up with the day. And that's it for this week, guys. So we've got some hints and tips there. Obviously a new orders process as well added in, which is great. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the added features. So thanks for listening, and catch you soon.